Shalom. I'm Victor Urecki, the rabbi at B'nai Jacob Synagogue here in Charleston, West Virginia. As we approach Passover, I've been getting a lot of calls and messages of concern in my community as to how we are going to get the supplies and the provisions to fully celebrate Passover this year. How will we celebrate if we cannot get the products necessary for a proper Seder? Now, the concerns are real. Living in a small Jewish community in West Virginia, we don't have readily available kosher food, let alone easy access to kosher for Passover provisions. Right now, online orders are currently swamped, delayed, backlogged, all because of the pandemic. Now, we'll be fine this year. We may have to make do with maybe losing some family traditions that are very important to us, that we cannot do and cannot have at the meal because of the COVID-19 fears and the need to stay home and not shop. We may not have everything we're used to at a Seder. But my friends, that actually might be a good thing. May it serve to remind us of how so many people around my state, the state of West Virginia, and around our country struggle with more than just a lack of Passover needs. There are people in America that struggle to provide food on their tables for their families every single day. We have the means. We just don't have access this year for Passover foods. My friends, that's going to pass. But for so many Americans, food insecurity is about means and access every day of their lives. This year is going to be a disruption of our lives. But for millions of Americans, this is the frightening reality and challenge of day-to-day living. Passover, it's not about matzah. It's not about bitter herbs. It's not about a Seder. It's not about gefilte fish that mom made. The matzah ball soup, that's either the matzah balls are too soft or too hard. It's not about the brisket. Passover is a story. It's a story of human survival, of remembering what it's like to be a slave in Egypt, remembering what it's like to be a stranger in a strange land, remembering what it's like to experience bitter uncertainty and eating the bread of affliction, about not knowing what the next day will bring in the wilderness. My hope, my prayer, is that maybe on this Seder night, when we look at what we have missing at our tables, it will remind us in the coming days and weeks and months moving forward of our obligations and responsibilities to those most vulnerable in our own country. If we feel a want this year, and I hope we do, may we feel the want of others and partner with organizations like Mazon to work at strengthening the safety net for those who experience hunger in America. I wish you a Chag Sameach.